There we go. I think we got it. Let me do a quick pose for the thumbnail art, okay? Something ridiculous. Tell me in the comments how ridiculous this is, right? Isn't that the way they do it, creators on YouTube? Me acting like I haven't been doing this for years now. Good morning, Prepper Nation. This is John. Yes, a proof of life video. I'm still alive and kicking, doing well, actually. Thanks for those that have been asking. Quickly, Randy, if you're out there, I got a copy of your email last night, and I'm praying for you. Praying for you. That's Randy's a longtime Beaverine, having a lot of health issues right now. Do not give up, Randy. That would be my number one advice. So I'm on the naughty list. I have not put any content out in, oh man, I'm like 3 weeks behind here. We're going to explain it here in a moment, and then we'll get into the, I can't believe this happened. Which I think I'm gonna title the video something ridiculous like that. I can't believe this happened, right? But I'm out of the swing of it a little bit. You know, it's been weeks, so I'm just spitballing. I have zero notes. I don't even have any of the note cards today, like we normally do. I'm just throwing this video together. So why has it been several weeks? I guess I need to at least explain. Y'all deserve that much. So, was I abducted by aliens? Did I get kidnapped by the Swedish bikini team? No, it's not health related either. It's just that everybody right now seems to be talking about politics. Politics, this back and forth, this talking in circles inside of a vacuum. You know, Trump's doing this, Elon Musk is doing this, Nancy Pelosi's doing this, Chuck Schumer's doing this. And a couple of things. So number one, as y'all know, hopefully you've been here for a little bit, you know this, I'm apolitical at this point. Politics is boring to me. And so I just didn't see the need. I don't want to put out content talking about politics anymore, to be honest with you. And number two, I don't see how this helps you become more prepared. You understand what I'm saying? There's really not a lot of prepping stuff to talk about. We've had some cold weather here. I'm sure many of you have as well. It's supposed to be nice today. And I'm going to get my hair cut and get shaved. I need a haircut bad, son. But not at Floyd's. I'm here in Mayberry, North Carolina, but not at Floyd's. That place is a tourist trap. Those guys are extremely nice, but they will jack your hair up and it costs like twice as much as it should. So now you know. I just didn't really see a need to put out videos talking about. I mean, it's so ridiculous. Okay, and we'll talk about this a little bit more in depth later in the video, but I think Trump has got some kind of golden card or golden ticket, like a Willy Wonka deal going on now, where you can pay $5 million, I think is what I saw on TV. I still watch the news on TV, and become a U.S. citizen. I mean, it's just like, every time I see a news article or you know, a news hit piece or segment or whatever, in the back of my mind, I'm always asking, how does this drop the cost of living? Because that's what I really care about right now. And I'm sure a lot of you do as well. The cost of living right now, which is going to bring us into our topic. But first, I can't believe this happened. I got to talk about this for a second. So, laying in the bed with Miss Nation last night, and she says, I got a new one for you. Now, let me tell you something, son. Anytime your spouse says something like that and you're in the bedroom with the door closed, you're like, what's getting ready to go down here? Am I getting ready to be a victim of something? What's going on? What is she talking about? Right? But it was innocent. She said she works in education. Again, it was nice yesterday. It's supposed to be nice today. So they're taking the kids out to the playground at the school, right? And she said a couple of teachers that I work with, who shall remain nameless, let me just say, in case they watching the podcast or whatever, she didn't remember what they called them, but she said they were talking about airplanes putting stuff out in the air, like chemicals and stuff. Have you ever heard of this? And I said, chemtrails. And, they'll probably put some kind of disclaimer down below the video, but I don't care. Chemtrails, son. It's not monetized anymore. You can't hurt me, Google. Chemtrails. And she said, yes, my God, yes, that is the term they were using. She said, what do you know about it? And I said that it's real. And I said that there are plenty of documentaries on this, because she thought these two teachers had done went loco. And I said, no, they are correct. And then it's so weird. I can't believe this happened. We're laying in bed, and then we go from there to the moon landing, and I start explaining how so much fraud took place during the moon landing. And now my wife is like, she gets it. I saw the switch flip last night. She's always been down with the prepping, but now she's starting to understand, finally, because I don't press my views off on her. But she's starting to finally understand that we're being lied to about a lot of different things. She even made the comment, what else are they lying to us about? What are in the chemtrails? Why would they do this? And I had to go into, it's population control. It's food control, therefore it's population control. We had this, it's like an excellent talk. And I'm thinking this whole time, I'd marry you all over again now, son. Now that you're finally awake to what is going on, at least a little bit. And she was like, oh my God, I'm married to a genius. You knew exactly what they were talking about. I said, I'm not a genius, honey. I walk around with shoes on looking for the shoes. I'm not a genius. It's just stuff that I've been interested in for a long time, and I've went down a lot of these rabbit holes and things. So I can't believe that happened. That's a legit tale from the crib right there, for anybody that's interested. But getting back onto the main subject now, we're going to talk a little bit about prepping. And here's the thing, okay? I'm not taking shots at anybody in the prepping community. It's your channel. You do whatever you want to. And for the people watching this, thank you, by the way. If you watch other creators, I'm sure you do. I used to. That's fine. That's your prerogative. But I don't understand watching videos that are going to upset you while also not helping you be a better prepared person. Not in the prepping community. You know what I'm saying? This would be like being in the video game community and talking about mowing grass. It just doesn't make sense. This community has changed so much. We used to talk about prepping stuff here, and I guess I get why people have to put out content every single day, because it's their form of income. And again, I'm not downing them for it. It's not like I'm allergic to money or anything, okay? But at the same time, man, it's such a good feeling. You feel free to speak your mind once you're not monetized anymore. I just feel like I can talk about whatever I want to, son. And that's, we're going to talk about situational awareness this morning, but not the same conversation that we've had previously. So just to recap, for anybody that's new, you don't know what situational awareness is. I'm one of these weirdos, and let me know in the comments if you're one of these weirdos, where if I'm in a busy place, I've got to keep the crowd in front of me. I don't want a lot of people behind me. I'm always looking at the exits. I've got to know how to get out of a bad situation. Perfect example real quick. Worst situation that our family ever found themselves in a couple of years ago, because we're idiots. A couple of years ago, we decided during the summer, hey, let's go to Savannah, Georgia. Let's knock this off the bucket list, son. Well, it was hotter than 40 hells down there, number one. It was humid. For anybody that's never been there in the summertime, there were bugs everywhere. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Beautiful, but my God, the climate. Anyway, they were having a 4th of July celebration. We were excited. It was down at I think they call it the River District, where all the shipping vessels come through and stuff. Really beautiful place down there. We were excited. We got down there. There were a couple of hundred people down there. We got down there way early. And by the time the fireworks were getting ready to go off, there must have been 10,000 people packed into this area. The River District is beautiful, but it ain't that big. Not big enough for that many people. And I probably seen 10 or 12 police officers. And I remember telling my wife, I said, this is a nightmare. If something goes down here, this is literally a nightmare. So there's a 5-star hotel. I don't know what it's called, guys, but it's immaculate. We didn't stay there, but we had our backs up against this hotel because it's mostly glass. And there was a door at the end. I said, if something goes down, we go for that door. That's our out. And I had a glass breaker with me as well. It's one of the ones where you press in, you put it up against the glass, you wait 2 or 3 seconds, it pops out, it spider webs the glass, for anybody that's familiar. And I said, hey, I'll catch a charge busting a window out and getting into this hotel before I get shot or something, or my family. So situational awareness is very important, is what I'm trying to tell you. But again, we're having a conversation this morning that we've never had about situational awareness, because I think it applies in 2025. People are struggling. It used to be that when we were talking about situational awareness, and this stuff is still very important, okay? I'm not downplaying it. You're going to keep potential threats in front of you. You're going to pay extra close attention in parking garages or parking lots that are not well lit, places that the interstates are right there and you've got your kiddos running around, stuff like this. Still need to pay attention to all of that. But in 2025, financially, people are at the end of their ropes. And something that I've noticed here, Mount Airy, Mayberry, for anybody that doesn't know, Andy Griffith, baby. I can't whistle all that well, but y'all get it, right? This place typically is filled with the nicest people you will ever see in your life. The employees of all the stores are super, super nice. They're just, I don't know the term that you would use to describe, like salt of the earth people. And most people that visit this area, specifically Main Street where Mayberry's at, they're just as nice. They're just not rude. They're nice. They're taking pictures. They're riding around in the old squad cars. You can rent the squad cars and they drive you around and do a tour and everything. But what I've noticed recently is people are aggravated. And I think part of this is financial. Like, people are just so mad at the cost of living. And I can totally relate. I can. You know, the insurance on our house, on our cars, have basically doubled. All right? Our taxes have basically doubled on everything. Our groceries have basically doubled on everything. Health insurance and stuff is through the roof. So I can relate. People don't have a lot of money. They're living paycheck to paycheck. Most people probably don't have $1,000 in the bank at this point. They just can't afford it. And there's nothing wrong. It's not like they've done anything wrong. They haven't made bad life choices or anything. The economy is just that bad. This, combined with staying constantly plugged into negative news, like a steady diet of negative news. And people, it's volatile out there. People are looking for a reason to go ballistic. I mean, they really are. I've noticed this in stores. One of the things I've noticed, and I know this is going to sound like an oddball comment, but I've noticed it. It never happened before. This is not one of those places where the light turns green, somebody behind you blows the horn. That's New York City stuff. Right here, people have always been patient. They've been nice. But recently, they're blowing horns at each other. I'm seeing middle fingers being flown everywhere. People are getting chippy with one another in grocery stores for no reason, really. You know, people are just looking for a reason to vent. That would be a good term to use. To just to vent. People are tired of it. And what bothers me about all of this, and again, the reason I haven't posted in several weeks, is I feel like the prepping community, the creators out there, are just adding to that. And I don't know if they see that or not. When you're talking about politics, let's say you put out a video, if you're a creator, you put out a video on politics, okay? One of two things is going to happen. The person watching that video is either going to leave the video and say, yeah, we got him this time. You know, it's a gotcha moment. Oh yeah, Democrats are going to hate this. You hate this, son. Or the viewer is going to leave and they're going to be more stressed out. Their anxiety is going to be through the roof. They're going to be, you know, more likely to just go ballistic. And the question is why? The news, the mainstream media is bad enough. It's all propaganda. Look, propaganda exists to make you feel a certain way. The big companies know what they're doing. Fox, they know we spin it this way, our viewers will feel this way. CNN, NBC, whatever, we spin it this way, our viewers will feel this way. And I think that, not to ramble, but I think the people that are in charge, that have been in charge for hundreds of years, by the way, they rule through lies and division. And propaganda is good for both. And I just don't see the point in furthering the propaganda here in the prepping community. If you're going to run a prepping channel, please, I'm asking you, help people prep in some way. Help them be more prepared. Don't piss them off and get them upset for clicks. It's sleazy. You know, because that person may end up having health issues. Their blood pressure may become an issue. And for what? They're not any more prepared than they were before they watched your, excuse my language, your shitty video. You understand? This upsets me. This makes me mad because people are already to the point where they've had enough. And people in the prepping community got the tablespoon out. They got the bottle of bull crap out, the political bull crap, and they're spoon feeding it to them anyway. What's the point? Right? So the prepping advice this morning: learn to de-escalate situations. I think in 2025, that goes in as part of situational awareness. You got to be able to read the room, so to speak. You got to be able to understand the people around you and maybe how they're feeling. And if they're escalated up, de-escalate it. Give you a perfect example before I close it out here. Had to go because, again, my health has not been great. It's getting better. The scan came back, it could not have looked any better, according to my doctor. And I'm on a maintenance treatment at this point, which is, I can live a normal life now. But anyway, neither here nor there. I know how to change my own oil, folks. I got the ramps. You put them up on the ramps. I know how to change the filter. I've done it, seems like 10,000 times. But as I've been sick, I've not been able to do that. It's just one of the things I can't do. I got neuropathy in my fingertips and pretty bad in my feet right now. So I have to take the oil to get it checked, changed, and the filter and everything. Don't shame me for this, but I go to Walmart. because I know the guy on a personal level that runs the automotive department, like the Lube Express or whatever it's called. And I know that he's a straight up dude, right? He stays on him. He makes sure it's done right. So they have this metal bench back there, and I'm waiting to get my stuff changed. And the guy sits down beside me. He's bigger than I am, okay? Which, that don't happen often. This dude is like an inch taller than me. I'm 6'4". He weighs probably 300 pounds, and he's stout. It's not fat. And I can just tell he's pissed off. Like, you can just, the vibe is there. You could cut it with a knife. And so, you know, I'm just sitting there chilling, and he starts in on the prices of things. How much the prices have went up, you know, on tires and things. I think he was getting tires or something. And, you know, at that point, I could have just blown it off and been like, whatever, dude, I'm not interested. But that's going to escalate things. That's going to make this pissed off dude even more pissed off. I'm reading the room. And I'm telling him, yeah, man, I can relate to that. Groceries have gotten out of control. You know, we're sick of paying taxes. So we end up having this great conversation. This dude goes from really pissed off to de-escalated. And we're talking back and forth. We're laughing. Turns out he owns a company that trims trees. And he's like, the employees, they want me to pay them double what I used to pay. They want to do half as much work. The insurance has gotten out of control. I mean, he's really upset about it. He's like, the city, you know, they're taxing the crap out of me. And I'm like, you should run for mayor. I will vote for you. So we ended up, I mean, we had this great conversation. And if I ever see him out, I got a new friend now. Not to bore y'all, but I'm saying the ability to take a potential bad situation, turn it into a good situation, is often overlooked. You know, if you know people are hurting like you are, let them know that you can relate. Let them know, hey, you're not struggling alone. Maybe they need to hear that instead of the constant negative stuff coming from YouTube and Fox News and CNN. Maybe they need to hear from a real live person, you're not alone. You're struggling too. I see the prices of eggs right now. I also can't afford the greatest cuts of steak right now. You're not alone. Maybe they just need to hear that. Maybe that would change people's day. You can make their day by doing this, you know? And I don't know. We need more positivity right now. It's not all gloom and doom. I'll end with this. When I kind of removed myself from the internet, now this took several weeks, but I started to notice my stress levels coming down. I started to notice that I was focused more on important things and less on nonsensical things. And it really made a difference for me. Now, I'm not telling you to leave the internet or whatever, but I'm saying, and it's your prerogative. Watch whatever you want to. If you want to be in that vacuum talking in circles, by all means, you're your own person. But my advice this morning, just be careful what kind of media you're consuming. If it's always negative, if you always leave a creator's videos feeling angry and upset, maybe that's not the place for you. You don't want to affect your health. On YouTube especially. Look for positivity in people, whether they are creators or they're out here in public. Look for positive things, because we don't see a lot of that in the news. We don't see a lot of that on social media. We don't see a lot of positivity here in the prepping community anymore. Be somebody's positivity. Maybe that's what we need. But anyway, the comment section, there's this big box down below, they tell me, where you can put your 2 cents. You can drop your 2 cents. And the next time I post a video, I have some of those comments with me. I'll get David or Adam to print those off for me, and we'll go over. okay? And I'll try and have some note cards next time. This was kind of a spur of the moment deal. Again, sorry it's been 3 weeks or whatever it is. And for the folks on Patreon, yeah, the Patreon's not there anymore. Again, I'm not allergic to money, but during the process of fighting cancer, I wasn't able to post over there a lot. And I felt really bad. I didn't want to be that person. I felt really bad having people supporting me financially and me not being able to post but like once every 1 or 2 weeks or something. So maybe eventually we'll get back to that. Still going to work on a P.O. box and stuff like that, guys. So anyway, I'll try to do another video within the week. Maybe not 3 weeks this time. If you'd like to see more content, just let me know down in the comments section. But until next time, y'all take care and God bless.